Hi there, this is Beth. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Michigan, and this week I figured we would do some quick guide cards. I've got three actually. I'm showing you two, and then I'm going to put one together, another one together that's a little different. But this is the style, and this particular card I made with paper that's probably, well, it's I'm trying to think, a year or two old. It's expired, but I wanted to show you the idea with this. And this one is made with Country Woods, which is still in the store. So, but this little guy's retired because he's from the Charming Ducks. I wanted some guy animal on this one, so I grabbed Little Duck from here. Charming Ducks. That's also, about a year or two old. But that's what we do. We keep our stuff. We use them when you find them to be useful, and so forth. So, anyways, so we're gonna put one of. Well, yeah, I'm gonna put one of these together. Actually, two of these together, and then we'll do the other one. It's very very simple, and you don't have to do stripes. You can go horizontal. You can go vertical. You can do it all kinds of ways. All right. Oh, let's do the other one first. Yeah. So I used a card base that was early espresso. And what's nice is I have this crumb cake here, and that's going to be the inside. When you use darker colors, and you want to put something inside for someone to write on, of course, you wouldn't expect them to write on that. But you don't always have to use white. I use off-white sometimes, too. Well, I shouldn't say that. Very vanilla. I know I got off-white in my mind. But this is here. I picked. Wow, am I getting tongue-tied? I picked crumb cake because it's in the paper, and this is just a 4x5 1/4 little piece that I threw together to put inside. Now on the outside, I've got 4 strips. These strips are 1 inch long by 5 1/4 inch. 5 1/4 long, 1 inch wide, except for one of them. One of them should be 7/8. Why is it 7/8? It's because this is 4 1/4 and I want a little space between them. I can't do it that way. I gotta have one a little smaller. And I'm not sure if I made one smaller when I did this, so we're gonna look. And did I? No, yeah, I think I did. This one's 7/8. There. So I just have a little bit of space between them. All right. And of course, it's a homemade card, so we eyeball it a bit. And I'm just placing these in here so that I see that they're all equal distance. I know I shouldn't use expired papers and stuff on videos that are, that I'm posting now, but I'm also using old current. And I figured, sometimes we buy paper and we have it sitting there in our retired area, and you think, I'd use that if I can think of something. Well, here we go. This is what you're thinking of, or I'm thinking of for this. All right, you know what? I do want that a tiny bit smaller. Now that I've put glue on it, silly me, it looked better. All right, so there's no glue on this edge right here, so I'm just going to take it and take a little tiny, hold on, I want it to be 7/8. Yeah, 7/8 right there. Oh, you know what? Although, even though I say 7/8, I'm still going to grab a little piece of paper. All right. I'm going to lay this on here just momentarily for my glue. And I'll probably put more glue on it because I'm messing it up. All right, right. Oh, right there. Make sure it's straight. Put that there so I don't get glue on my trimmer. There. And that did nothing because that was the score blade. See? A little bit off. And it didn't sit on there long enough. This is actually going to be garbage now. It didn't sit on there long enough to take the glue off. Whoops. And I dropped it anyway. Okay, get this out of here. Oh. Although that little piece I trimmed off, that would be something to put on the inside. I do that a lot. All right. Yep, scoot down just a little. Oh, no. No. Come here. Right there. There we go. And we've got that. Happy Father's Day. I took this from a paper pumpkin, and also I grabbed this from my retired ribbon stash. It's kind of like a little leathery, shiny sort of thing. I just wanted something on here, so I'm just going to put this behind here and do that. How do we do that? Oh, well, you're going to need a glue dot for one. I'll put a glue dot right in the center. Actually, I'll put another one. I'll put 3. No, well, yeah. Right down the middle. And I'm going to lay this right on them with equal distance kind of on the edges. And then you need to grab some dimensionals, which I need to go back to my drawer and get some in a moment. And I'm going to put it on the sides of it. And boom, I'm going to use my last dimensional right here. Hopefully I don't need any for the next card. 2 cards. All right. Or else I'll have to leave to go to my drawer behind me and get rid of the pack. I don't want to do that. There. Ta-da! And we've got 1 card done. All right. Now the other card is similar, but I did something different. I've got the same color card base, which is the espresso. Where did that little... Okay. But inside for my card base, instead of doing crumb cake, I did basic beige. It's a little lighter, and I think it works just as well. I think that looks very nice together. So we'll put that in there. Now remember, this is the Country Woods paper that I'm using on this card. You know, I have drawers that I put my expired paper in, and I have one drawer that's not labeled, but in my mind, it's guy cards. So anything from any Father's Day in the past, any paper, anything like that, I can go ahead and utilize. I know where to go. Okay, put this one in here. This is crumb cake. And this is 4 by 5 1/4. Why am I putting that there? Just so that I can have a little border around these. Just gives it a different look. And these are all 5 inches by 1 inch wide by 5 long. And then one of them should be 7/8. This one, I believe, is 7/8. Yeah. I don't know if I like that one. I'm going to go there. They don't look enough alike. Okay. The next card, I'm going to be using more of this Country Woods, by the way. I have an idea with that one. You know, this color here, it's Pool Party. And it has that chipped paint look. That's like one of my favorite ones. Although I really like the one on this side. I kind of wish they didn't put those two together. But then again, It got me to buy an extra pack of this. And why is this one? Yeah, it worked. Well, you know what? No, it's fine. It's fine. What's nice, there's variant colors in the paper, so depending on what part of the paper you cut your little scrap from, you can have it look like it was a totally different piece of paper on some of these, which I think is pretty cool. Alright, and there we go. So there's that one. And for this, I put To a Wonderful Man, which came out of a current paper pumpkin. And I had a duck, but I don't know where my duck went. All of a sudden, I had a duck missing. But I had a duck. It was not in the bag. Okay. Well, I guess we're going to call this one done without the duck. If you don't have that set, you wouldn't want to be able to put one on there anyway. Okay, so duck, duck, duck. I don't know where he went. I thought I cut an extra one. I don't have too much stuff on my desk, but obviously he's hiding. Okay, so there is 4 cards. Now here comes the last one. This one I'm going to do a little more work on because the idea is pretty much in my head. Okay, I've got basic beige. And I've got 2 strips of the multicolor, that's in that paper. Alright, so we're going to go this way. On this side, I'm going to put 1 strip, and I'm going to put this one like that, so they're offset, but I have to make them even top and bottom, of course. They are different sizes, I notice. They're not all the same as far as, like that skinny one there. They're a little different, some of them, which I think is pretty cool. There we go. So it looks like one separate identity. Ta-da! Like that. Then I have a stamp that I'm going to use, which is an old one from Paper Pumpkin, I will be honest with you. It just says, Happy Father's Day to you. But it's big, and I want it to go right there. And I'm going to use crumb cake, I think. Yeah. Nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use pecan. And you'll see why in a minute. And this just fits here. Ta-da! I'm going to leave that out because, where did I put it? The stamp set. Oh, here it is. This was a special buy, I think March. I'm not sure, but it's got a deer. And it's closer to being current than the duck is anyway. So I'm going to grab the little deer guy. And it's 2-step stamping. So we got the outside and we got the inside. And it looks really cool because it leaves some places white. It just gives it that artistic kind of look. I need 2 blacks. And okay, straight. Okay. All right, so he is going to be in this color. I'm going to put him right here. That's why I did that in that color. But the inside is going to be crumb cake, which is still darker than the base color, right? And move that there. And get my little self in here and make sure we're on there well. And there we go. Cute little deer. And this is card number 3. Well, 1, 2, 5, but card style number 3. Okay, well, that will be it for this week. Let me know what you think. And I apologize for the expired stuff. I really do. But gotta be someone out there that keeps stuff. Okay, well, thank you for watching my video and have a good day.